like a quiet consensus that like we don't like these guys, they're not doing what we want, we're going to punish them.
Or maybe you're a billionaire robber baron and you're doing crimes. Maybe that. Is that on the menu? Is that possible? No, of course not, because you and your robber baron buddies, you're all fucking glorious and you're the saviors of humanity and you're all brilliant and you have these great ideas like the metaverse, which really fucking took off, by the way. Great job on that one, Zuck. In the same podcast, he was going after Apple like, bro, they haven't even made anything new since the iPhone, bro. How's the metaverse going, Dippy? How's that working out for you? 7 people went to go use it and you spent roughly $1 quadrillion making it. Maybe ease up with the criticisms of others when you are the father of one of the biggest failures I've ever seen.
It's tough to be at the other end of that.
What was it like?
Well, it's not good. I think, well, the thing that I think is actually the toughest, though, is it's global, right? So, and really, when you think about it, the U.S. government should be defending its companies.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Thank you, Joe. We really need to hear these billionaire robber barons' voices more often. Thank you, Joe. He's got the brilliant insight that, bro, shouldn't the U.S. government, like, defend its companies? Well, I don't know, Zuck. It depends. Are you in the business of crimes? Are you in the business of stealing data and violating privacy? Are you in the business of committing fraud on a mass scale? It sort of depends. If the U.S. government should be promoting our businesses. Should we have promoted Enron, Zuck? Is that what we should have done? Should we have promoted Goldman Sachs and their rampant crimes that led to the subprime mortgage crisis and Great Recession, Zuck? Is that what you think? I can't believe Joe Rogan used to not be like this.
Not be the tip of the spear attacking its company. So we talk about a lot, okay, what is the experience of, okay, if the U.S. government comes after you? I think the real issue is that when the U.S. government does that to its tech industry, it's basically just open season around the rest of the world.
Oh, I know. You're victims. Oh, I know. You're such a victim, Zuck. You're such a victim. You should go hop in your pool filled with $40 million that you undoubtedly have in your backyard. You should come have a servant crawl on their hands and knees and give you a mojito. Tell me about how much of a victim you are, please.
The EU has fined the tech companies more than $30 billion over the last, I think it was like 10 or 20 years.
Would you like to get into the specifics of that? Or would you just want to keep it broad? And I like Rogan. Oh, bro, that's so tough, bro. Bro, you're such a victim, bro. What does the net worth have to be to get on Joe Rogan these? I'm just curious. What does your net worth have to be to get through the door at Joe Rogan these days?
So when you think about it, like, okay, it's like, $100 million here, a couple $1 billion there. But what it, I think really adds up to is this is sort of like a kind of EU-wide policy for how they want to deal with American tech. It's almost like a tariff. And I think the U.S. government basically gets to decide how are they going to deal with that, right? Because if the U.S. government, if some other country was screwing with another industry that we cared about, the U.S. government would probably find some way to put pressure on them. But I think what happened here is actually the complete opposite. The U.S. government led the kind of attack against the companies, which then just made it so like the EU is basically, and all these other places, just free to just go to town on all the American companies and do whatever you want.
He's literally doing the victim thing. I can't. Okay, by the way, here's Rogan's podcast recently. Look at this. This person says, it's cool how tech oligarchs operate like the Cold War era CIA and have a network of podcasts and influencers to rehab their image and launder their agenda. So we got Mark Zuckerberg here. Rogan gave him a hot stone massage. We have Mark Andreessen and his fucking cone head here. Rogan gave him a hot stone massage, as he, by the way, lied repeatedly about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He pretended like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was in the business of debanking people, when they've literally protected people from debanking. You know what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau does? And I know, because I have firsthand experience with it. They make sure big financial institutions can't commit fraud and steal from regular people like you and me. I told you, they sent me a check for hundreds of dollars because I was sold fake identity theft protection from a major credit card company. That's what the CFPB does. You know how much money they've returned to regular Americans? Over $19 billion. Why doesn't Rogan have on somebody from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to talk to them about the good work they do? Why doesn't he have on Lena Khan to explain how she's cracking down on corporate criminals who Rogan is snuggling up to on a daily basis? Weird. It's almost like he got Texas brainworms or something. All right, more. Elon Musk, of course. Richest man in the world, robber baron. He worships at his altar daily, Peter Thiel. He's very moist and oily because I'm sure this was about 5 minutes after he finished sucking a baby's blood like the vampire he is. All right, we got, just to put in perspective for you, because Zuckerberg's like, bro, I don't even understand, bro. The CFPB's coming at me, bro. Why are they coming at me, bro? Here's some of the stuff that they were looking into vis-a-vis Meta and others. Data harvesting and monetization. Payment companies may be actively sharing payment data across product lines with data brokers and other third parties. In some cases, big tech companies may be using this data for behavioral targeting. These practices may not align with consumers' expectations. The orders seek information on how companies collect and use data. So in other words, the CFPB is trying to protect your data. Zuckerberg is not. He's trying to monetize your data. Access restrictions and user choice. When payment systems gain scale and network effects, merchants and other partners feel obligated to participate, and the risk increases that payment systems operators will limit consumer choice and stifle innovation by anti-competitively excluding certain businesses. The orders seek to understand any such restrictive access policies and how they affect the choices available to families and business. And then there's other consumer protections. Consumers expect certain assurances when dealing with companies that move their money. They expect to be protected from fraud and payments made in error, for their data and privacy to be protected and not shared without their consent, to have responsible customer service, and to be treated equally under relevant law. The orders seek to understand the robustness with which payment platforms prioritize consumer protection under laws such as the Electronic Fund Transfer Act and the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. So in other words, the CFPB is doing their job. The CFPB is protecting the population from crimes and fraud and misuse of data. Zuckerberg literally had to testify for like 12 hours over this exact issue, and here he is playing fucking stupid, trying to copy Mark Andreessen with it. Bro, I don't even know what the CFPB is, bro. I don't know why they're coming after me, bro. Playing the victim. Can you believe it was not that long ago? Joe Rogan wasn't jacking off robber barons on a daily basis. Joe Rogan was saying stuff like this. You ready?
I really believe if Michelle Obama runs,
she
wins.
She's good.
She's great. She's the wife of the best president that we have had in our lifetime. I've never voted right wing in my life. I consider universal basic income a really good idea. I want free college education.
Take it easy.
Hello, Bernie.
How are you, Joe?
Wonderful. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I like Tulsi and I like Bernie. That's it.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody else can eat shit.
Look at you, fucking progressive.
Yeah. I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. I think he's looking out for the interests of the working people. And I think he wants people to have a better life and do better. And I'm all for that. And if that means I have to pay more in tax, like people think, oh, you're a socialist. I've heard people say that. Oh, you're a fucking socialist, bro. Like, first of all, he's not even a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. It's a different thing. I would like to spend more in taxes if they could fix inner city communities and take these poor neighborhoods and throw a fuckload of money. Spend more, you fucking Republican piece of shit. 87% of scientists said that human activity is driving global warming. I'm very pro-choice. I'm very women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, trans rights. I'm even universal health care. Obviously, this protected status is driving me crazy. This thing that Trump's doing with children that were born in other countries and then brought over here as children, and then they're talking about deporting them. That drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that kind of shit. And the hard right version of that is despicable. These people that I see online, why didn't they apply for citizenship? Oh, who knows? Maybe because they're fucking 13. I don't give a fuck if they broke the law. You don't take parents and kids and separate them. You just fucking don't. You know Lonzo?
No, who's that?
A funny comedian.
Yeah.
He goes, not all Donald Trump supporters are racist, but all racists are Donald Trump supporters.
He definitely awakened that side.
But the January 6th thing is important.
See, it is important, but is it the 6 months later? It should be the ruling number one conversation of journalists?
I think it's really important. And one of the reasons why I think it's important because it highlights the reasons why a guy like Donald Trump is so fucking dangerous. Is because a guy can incite a bunch of morons to do something really fucking stupid. As far as trans people, some trans people listening to this, I got nothing but love for you. For everybody. And in fact, Eddie Izzard is one of my all-time favorite guests.
Oh, I love Izzard.
The right-wing thing is just an easy way to dismiss me because I'm not right-wing.
Oh, you sure about that? What happened? I thought you were right wing. Oh, that's right. You ended up endorsing Trump, who previously in the past you called incredibly dangerous. He was brutal, and correctly so, in his criticism of Trump. Now he endorsed him. I love all the time. Bro, I love universal health care, bro. That's why I'm endorsing the guy where 3 million people lost health insurance under his time in office. That's why I'm doing that, bro. The fact of the matter is his harshest critics were correct all along. All along. It was waiting to come out. It was in there. He was getting ready to genuflect at the altar of extreme wealth and power, and now he can't go a fucking month without having another robber baron on to lie to his face repeatedly. I think he genuinely is stuck in the mindset. He's got the medieval peasant mindset, right? If somebody makes more money, if somebody's a businessman, if somebody has a tremendous PR effort, he thinks, oh my God, this billionaire is just smarter than us, harder working than us, more intelligent than us, more clever than us. Like, he thinks meritocracy, they earned it. They earned it. No, they didn't, Joe. You know what else is really clear? You also didn't earn your position at the top of the podcasting mountain. If this is the fucking slop you're feeding us, who are you going to invite on next? Benjamin Netanyahu? Is that coming? We'll wait for it.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time.